Once in a small village, there lived a young boy named Raj. He loved painting so much that he would wake early just to hold a brush. His room was a quiet world of paper, pencils, and color. But when he looked at his own work, he felt a knot in his chest. The scenes he imagined didn't appear on the page. Faces lacked life, shadows looked flat, and his compositions felt confused. He dreamed of becoming a renowned artist, yet his paintings fell short of the vision in his mind. One day, Raj heard about Mr. Patel, a respected painter in a nearby town known for guiding young artists with patience and honesty. Raj gathered his courage and carried his sketches to Mr. Patel's studio. His hands trembled as he laid out his paintings. "Please," he said, "tell me where I'm going wrong." Mr. Patel studied each piece quietly. He didn't rush or offer empty praise. Finally, he spoke. "Your passion is clear, Raj. That matters. But your work lacks structure. The values of light and dark are not balanced. The emotion isn't reaching the viewer, and your technique needs more practice. If you're willing to learn and to be patient with yourself, I will teach you." Raj nodded without hesitation. He knew this was the path he needed. From that day onward, Raj became Mr. Patel's apprentice. They began with fundamentals. Before color, master value, Mr. Patel would say. Value, light and dark, makes forms believable. Raj practiced shading simple shapes until the page felt alive with depth. He learned composition, the placement of elements to guide the eye. He studied edges, where to soften, where to define, to suggest focus and emotion. He practiced drawing daily, not just painting, to strengthen his observation. Mr. Patel taught Raj to keep a learning journal. After each session, Raj wrote down what he tried, what worked, and what still puzzled him. He sketched the same subject from different angles with different lighting, asking, "What changed? Why does this feel better?" They created small, clear goals. A week focused on values, another on edge control, another on color harmony. Each goal was specific, measurable, and realistic. Mr. Patel's feedback was honest. He never said perfect just to make Raj smile, and he never criticized without explaining a path forward. "We do not chase praise," he reminded him. "We chase understanding." But success did not come quickly. Raj faced rejection more than once. Galleries declined his work, sometimes without explanation. A few critics dismissed his paintings with short notes that stung. On those evenings, Raj felt he was back at the beginning, holding his brush like a question. "Maybe I'm not meant for this," he whispered. Mr. Patel sat with him through the doubts. Rejection is not a verdict. It is information. Ask what it teaches you. He showed Raj how to separate what he could control, practice, research, seeking feedback, from what he could not, like personal taste or limited space at a show. He reminded Raj of a lesson many artists and athletes share. Abilities grow over time when we focus on specific skills, practice them deliberately, and learn from mistakes. It's called a growth mindset, he said. You are not your current skill level. You are your willingness to learn. Raj returned to the fundamentals. He stopped measuring his worth by acceptance letters and started measuring it by his improvement. He picked one problem at a time. If a portrait felt lifeless, he studied expressions, eyes, and the tilt of heads. If landscapes seemed flat, he worked on atmospheric perspective, distant objects lighter and cooler, closer ones darker and warmer. He visited exhibitions not to compare himself, but to observe what moved him and why. He asked for critique, and he learned to listen without defensiveness. When the advice was vague, he asked specific questions. Is the focal point clear? Does the color temperature support the mood? Are my values consistent? He also took breaks when he needed them. Mr. Patel reminded him that rest is part of practice. The mind integrates what it learns when we step back. Raj returned to the easel with fresh eyes, noticing things he had missed before. Weeks became months, and months became years. Raj's paintings changed. They held a quiet strength. Faces carried stories in their lines. Fields and skies breathed with depth and light. His compositions felt balanced and intentional. He wasn't perfect, no artist is, but he was undeniably better. His journal, once filled with confusion, now charted a trail of small victories, cleaner edges, clearer focal points, richer emotion. One afternoon, an invitation arrived. An established exhibition had selected one of Raj's pieces for its upcoming show. Raj read the letter twice, then pressed it against his chest. He walked to Mr. Patel's home, heart racing. "They accepted my work," he said, his voice trembling with joy. At the exhibition, Raj stood quietly in the crowd, watching viewers stop in front of his painting. Some lingered. A few whispered to each other. One person smiled as if remembering something important. A critic later wrote that Raja's work showed depth, restraint, and honesty, that it invited the eye and rewarded patience. A handful of pieces sold, and for prices that startled him. He hadn't chased money or applause, but it felt good to see the tangible fruits of his effort. Yet the most meaningful reward came when a young visitor approached him. "Your story gives me hope," the visitor said. "I've been failing, and I thought that meant I should quit." Raj looked at Mr. Patel and smiled. "Failure means you're trying," he said. "It's a teacher if you let it be." Over time, Raja's story traveled beyond the village. Not because it was a fairy tale, but because it was honest. People recognized themselves in his struggle and his choices. They saw that talent is not fixed, that feedback can be a lifeline, and that persistence is not grinding without direction. It's focused effort aimed at specific skills, informed by critique, and guided by a clear purpose. Raj kept painting. He kept learning. He kept measuring success by progress and contribution, not just by galleries or prices. Some seasons were quiet. Some shows didn't accept his work. He knew now that both recognition and rejection are part of the path. Success is a journey, not a destination, Mr. Patel would say, repeating an old saying without owning it. Raj understood the journey itself, showing up, improving, and sharing, was the real success. The moral of the story is this: failure is feedback, not a final label. Skills grow through deliberate practice, honest mentorship, and time. Rejection does not erase your effort. It can refine it. Recognition is not guaranteed, but growth is available to anyone who is willing to learn, to keep going when it's hard, and to build steadily, one small improvement at a time. If you found hope in Raja's journey, reflect on one skill you want to improve. Choose a small, clear goal. Seek honest feedback. Keep a learning journal. Give yourself permission to learn and permission to take breaks. Then return with fresh eyes and a brave heart. Thank you for watching. If this story encouraged you, subscribe for more motivational stories, like the video, and share a comment. What skill are you practicing this week, and what feedback will help you grow?